with all these sexual allegations and everything, how does this affect you and your family throughout the years? It's been more than 10 years since the first one, and then now the second one, and subsequently there's another one.
Yeah, we're getting used to it. Well, actually, it has made us closer together. And the first time the allegations came out, of course, my children were small. It was a bit difficult to explain, and but I had a lot of support, and my children actually know their father, you know. And now with Ramadan, he will be imam. He will be doing the tarawih together. So it has actually made us stronger and closer knitted together. So I think these allegations, of course, it's political. I mean, you look at all other politicians, they have one, that's it. I mean, but why do they need to repeat, and why do they need to have this massive campaign spreading of pornography in the country, which is against the law, of course, and of course involving journalists, and they get away with a very light sentence. So it just goes to prove that it's all political. So in the family, of course, the family can read that. If an outsider can read that, what more the family? And so it has made us, want to fight back, want to see that no one other family, will have to undergo this. No assault like this, gutter politics below the belt, and in Arabic it's aib, it's your marwah, your dignity. And I think, it's your dad you're talking about. If you're a young man, or you're a young lady, and it's my husband you're just talking about. It's a family dignity. So I think we are together, and we want to fight this so that no other family. I wouldn't want any other family to be inflicted this. It's not fair.
Most politicians, they face only one sexual allegation and they fall down. Anwar has faced about 3 so far. 3.
Oh, don't ask for more, please. I've had enough.
But it seems that some nations have appreciated him more. And what are your feelings in terms of this, and in terms of this appreciation by some of the people? All this.
It goes to show that it's all political, and it's actually these maneuvers to pull him down, and it doesn't work. And I thank the Malaysians. I thank the people who can see through this. There is wisdom among the masses that can see through, and this I am very grateful for. And despite of all the onslaught, it's not just Strauss-Kahn and one this sort of things splash in the news, but this is like every day. There's propaganda in the TV every time, it's incessant. But I think people are after a while it goes to show it's not true, and I think we should rise above this, and Malaysian politics should actually be cleansed of all these things, and we fight fair and square, on a level playing field, and we go for the country.
The lawyers have said, according to specialists, 99.9%. How do you feel about all these allegations?
Well, I was surprised that they didn't say 110% like some people. Okay, and who are the specialists? And then we have to verify. It's the same, like the same case of this current case. They have this and they have that. Why we are not given the report? DNA? How can we the swabs? for us to verify, we have to depend on them. That's the same modus operandi that they're doing. So how can you then verify that it is Anwar? I mean, they can say whatever they like, but it's not Anwar, and I don't stand by that.
What was your emotion, or what was going through your mind when you first saw the video?
Of course, this is oh God, not another one. And then they say, no, you have to look, because they've called it journalists, and they've got this special measure. They have to clean everything, to remove your. I mean, it's like a Mission Impossible kind of thing, I mean, like spy versus spy, cloak and dagger, It's like, wow. So that already put my radar was already up, must be something. Then they said, yeah lah, look like I know, because we had a phone call by some, as you said, that some friendly parties. So, then it says, oh sure, kena already. And then Andrew said, what? Then we saw the date.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have a date there. And the next day was the court case. And he was around with us, and he maybe you sometimes we can sense that he wants to do all these things, but it's not. It was like, oh goodness, this and here we go again. And then of course the thing started again. Was say, oh yes, RCI, Azizah, Nazri, Tan Aziz was saying that Azizah has to be on the panel, and then when I said no, oh, she's not qualified. There you are. I rest my case.
Was there a sense of fear, because even in the second Sodomy case, Anwar was shortly after Anwar was arrested by Marshal came and all that. So was there a fear that this would happen yet again when the video surfaced?
The first case when he was arrested, we expected it also. This one, since the first case, the case is still going on. The only thing is that I think they reckon that it's not holding water, because I think the Sodomy case is also tearing apart. So they have to do something. So I said, oh, here we go again. Of course, I didn't want it to be like, when I saw it, it's impossible that he will do this thing. And what with the case going on and all that, I think he's, we'll say that he's not stupid enough. I mean, he won't do it. Not after going to prison, not after the seeing that how we suffered, the children, they've grown up and all that. Then the other thing is that what I was afraid of is that like now, things like it looked authentic, that people may believe him.
Yeah.
That was my worry.
Yeah.
That how can lies can be believed. That was to me a tragedy. That will be a tragedy if you believe fitna. For us Muslims, if you believe fitna, is it's a big sin. That not only you get punished, but your children and your the generations beyond you. Then that is, I would think, is big tragedy for us. That is my doa. Of course,
In essence, looking at how the law against him was being
well, the first time he spent 6 years in prison, but he came out and became stronger, and we won well in the 2008 elections. I think God works in mysterious ways, but you still have your dua. I have my prayers, and I believe that God answers prayers. So it's my faith that, of course, I beseech Almighty that I don't allow him. I think he's 63 and 64 but now. I don't think prison is a easy life, and of course, I wouldn't want him to be arrested. So these are my prayers, and I believe that prayers are answered.
On the SP issue, I mean, you know that there are claims that he is quite close to Anwar, being his sincere and everything. So how is your relationship? Has your relationship been that close? Shazwan SK?
My relationship?
And or your husband?
Well, we knew him because he was introduced to us to help Anwar when he fell off the horse and had the bag and all that. He came on and off, and then when this thing happened, it just disappeared. I don't know what happened. And then when Anwar came out from prison, he said that he was actually approached and told to go off because he was supposed to admit that he was one of the guys that because he's Siamese, right?
Yeah.
You know how the Malaysians think. Stop long. There is this stigma also. So he said, so he offered himself as a friend, having to have difficulty because he was our friend. So we just okay lah. When he comes, he comes. When he goes, he goes. Nothing more than that. Then when Anwar came out from prison, there was no more of this physiotherapy. No, he just came as a visitor. But then he had some. Of course, he asked Anwar to become a witness for that crooked bridge or whatever. And then it was Prabhakaran, Dato' Prabhakaran, who said that you don't have to become a witness because it just verified what Dato' Yahya Jalil verified what Anwar has said. You don't need to come on the stand. That's it. Because he says okay, he brought Yahya to Dato' Yahya to see finance minister at that time, but then this is under EPU, which is under the PM's department. So you have to go and see EPU. That was it. So we didn't know why. I mean, he went ahead and said that Anwar took the money and don't know. I think there was I read somewhere which is very surprising for us. But if he wants to do that and all that, that's wrong. I mean, why the need and having to go to Siam, Thailand, and with all the wow, this is beyond me. But I really, it's not close. It's just like he comes and he presents himself as a family friend.
The argument on the Omega watch grant.
I heard that it's from Taiwan. So I thought it was Omega was in Switzerland. So I thought it's Switzerland kan, Omega kan. Oh. So no issue.
What would be his motive then? To gang up with
I heard it.
Richie and Ismail.
Ask him. I really don't know because to me, I take it as okay, you came, he even brought he told me about his wife and all that. Okay, really ask him.